More Red Sonja movie controversy. The main actress speaks out. Let's talk about it. Hit it. Hello and welcome to World of Conan, and today we're talking about the Red Sonja movie controversy. The main actress speaks out, and it's just the same thing that's happened so many times before. Actors and actresses speak out, talk about a lot of their own opinions and stuff, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the movie is going to reflect that. It's just the actors and actresses playing to their colleagues and to the whole Hollywood scene, so they're in the same echo chamber, basically talking about the same points. So it's not always really that significant. Sometimes it is, obviously. It always depends. But as we come to this Red Sonja movie thing, it's not really that surprising, the opinions. I mean, those are the basic things going on in Hollywood today. The trend to speak all about these things being, unfortunately, I think, doing a disservice to the original stuff, the original creation of Red Sonja, and or in whenever these kinds of things happen, it's really there's it comes like a dissociation between what the product or not the product, sorry, the art, the IP, the story, everything that the characters, what it was, what it means, what it has meant to a lot of people. Why it became popular, became popular because of what it was, what it is, what it was made to be. So then when they just try to distance themselves from that or change the IP or the character or anything like that to fit some kind of ideology or something political or something, or not even that, just completely making it different, which does not reflect the original work. Like a great example from this is, for example, Jack Reacher in the Tom Cruise movies. I mean, he was endlessly commented on that he was not Jack Reacher, and he was not Jack Reacher from the books, and that's why he made two movies. But as you can see, fans were like, yeah, we've had enough of this. This is not Jack Reacher, and it wasn't. Rightfully so. And now they made a TV show, massively popular. Why? Because they followed the books and they decided to stick to what the character was and create it to be. Why people love it. Like, you can't just take something and then change it completely, but call it the same name as that what it was originally, and expect people to be, oh yeah, I'm just gonna love this. Like, what? Where's my Jack Reacher? Like, it just doesn't work like that. So in this situation, I think there's a good chance that the movie will be decent, because the director MJ Bassett, though, directed Solomon Kane, and I love Solomon Kane. The movie, it's a fantastic movie. I think they've done such a massive disservice to that movie when it was releasing. I remember it was. I have never seen a movie be so basically blacklisted just because of egos. It was absolutely horrible. Truly killed that potential. We will never know what it was gonna make at the theaters, or what it could have been after that. But I think that movie is a perfect example of sticking to the character, what the character was, even though I know there was criticism, and I understand that because the movie is basically like an origin story of Solomon Kane, and since there's not a lot of Howard didn't write a lot about the origin of Solomon Kane, it but just enough. So it basically it's the start of Solomon Kane. So it's not the Solomon Kane of the stories as of yet, because he's just been the bad guy he was in his former life, and he's in that transitional period of starting over his life to mete out justice basically. So that's why I kind of call it like it is basically an origin story. So it's because the movie starts when he's still a bad man, basically a pirate, doing though he was a privateer. Well, basically the same thing. But anyway, you get my point. So what I was saying is the director is good. I've liked many of Bassett's movies, and thought them to be really good. So that's going for this movie. So my prediction it's gonna be a decent movie. So I think this is not gonna be a big thing what she's been speaking out. It's gonna be a lot of because the director is ultimately the and obviously the studios and stuff like that, of course, but the director has more sway than the actress, and Bassett has already said it's not going to contain sexual politics. So, well, we shall see. Who knows? I might be totally wrong, and that's okay, and I'm absolutely fair game to admit I was completely wrong. Well, let's see this. Red Sonja reboot will change the original's male gaze orientation, according to Matilda Lutz. Like this was what I was speaking about. The thing that what the character was created by Roy Thomas. It's not a Robert Howard creation, Red Sonja. That's Red Sonja of I forgot the. But anyway, the Howard's Red Sonja was not in the Hyborian world. So Roy Thomas changed her name a bit from the Sonia was with a Y, so now it's with a J, and changed it into the Hyborian world. And I have no problems with that. I think it's an original creation by Roy Thomas in that sense. Yeah, taking basically Howard's taking Howard's character and putting it into the Hyborian world, but still. So I think that's a good idea. I don't have a problem with Red Sonja in that sense, though she is the least of the characters that I like from the Howard world. Like I like Conan and Solomon Kane, Cull, and all the women in that world also much more. Baelit and Valeria, Zenobia, and all these. Before Red Sonja, I've never been a big Red Sonja fan. I haven't really read her comics, and neither. More recently, just seen the movie even, because I always heard it was bad. And it's an okay movie. But anyway, just kind of to just speak on this issue, this original male gaze orientation. I think that's it's just so stupid to make these kind of classifications upon like you could say the same then I guess about Baelit and Valeria, but why? It's also so contradicting these statements, which I will show in a moment. Let's see. Red Sonja movie reboot 2024 promises a fresh woman-empowered perspective, breaking away from past male-gazed adaptations. Once again, woman-empowered. Why? What's the need to say woman-empowered? It's a woman. Isn't she already empowered? Isn't she a woman? You never see someone writing as a male empowered movie. Why? Like, think on these things. It's just stupid. No point. Matilda Lutz embodies a fierce warrior in the film, reflecting on departure from male-oriented narratives of the original comics. Once again, doing a disservice to Red Sonja, what it was created for and made, why people love it. Calling it male-oriented narratives, like somehow that's evil, that's bad, that's horrible, that's less than, somehow trying to dehumanize men in that sense because it's male oriented. Why? Well, comic readers were mostly male, so they played to their audience, knowing what their audience might like or what they didn't like, and they created characters based on that. But characters who they liked, obviously they tried to make characters who they liked, who were interesting, were doing interesting things. And once again, why do you need to do this? Why do you need to pit females against males? It just doesn't. I know there's agenda narratives and ideology, but I'm just saying it's super stupid. It's just hateful, and it's so to live in that kind of like mindset. It's just to see other people dehumanize other people just based on their gender. So it's so moronic. The upcoming Red Sonja reboot champions diversity, empowerment, resilience, offering a modern, inclusive portrayal. Once again, if a movie comes out this year, isn't it modern? Because it's a new movie. You could say it's a movie that has a style of the old movies, but it's still going to be a modern movie. It just has its style of an old movie. And what's so wrong with the old movies and old comics? They worked. They sold a lot of stuff, a lot of comics, a lot of movies. People love them. They're classics now. You look at the reaction channels, movie reaction channels. All the top watched movies are basically old movies, the classic movies, 80s, 90s movies, the early 2000 movies. People love those movies. They're legendary now. And the same thread you can see in most of those comments in a lot of reaction channels. Basically, is all the new movies just aren't the same anymore. Why? Same with the comics. Why? Maybe something worked, and I dare say, and I do say, they did work, because there was a clear way to do them. Comics and movies, there were less of these narratives, ideology, these stupid words to pit people against each other, and while somehow trying to empower another subset and just like empower another like a part of the gender and just make these ridiculous clicks. It's just like I said, so stupid, and you just do a disservice to the original comics, to Roy Thomas, to the creators, saying that he was some kind of bad man or something like that because how he made the comics. And I say no, he definitely wasn't. So it's just I just find this stuff hilarious. It's so ridiculous. Comic book fans are set to welcome back a familiar face with a modern twist, of course, a modern twist. Once again, is in a new movie, so maybe it is a modern movie. Red Sonja reboot prepares to hit theaters in 2024. The character, originally conceived by Robert E. Howard and later popularized through comic books, is getting contemporary. Why can't I say that word now? Contemporary makeover that promised to break away from the male gaze trope that characterized previous adaptations. What previous adaptations? You mean the one movie by Bridget Nielsen? It wasn't like was nothing like this is trying to make it to be. It wasn't at all like that. Conceived by Howard, like we said, Rogantino, right? Red Sonja Rogantino, I think it was. Yeah, that was a character in Europe, if I remember correctly. So it's basically Roy Thomas' creation. So once again, this stuff is just stupid. Stupid and doing just a disservice to the whole thing. And I'm gonna show why it also is so hilarious, because the producers from who the new comics comes out from Dynamite Comics, and who are involved in the movie, and all the new stuff of Red Sonja that's coming out, speaks and shows exactly the opposite. Exactly the opposite. So, what are you doing? Like, play to your strength or become irrelevant. That's really it. Play to your strength, what the character is, what it was created to be, and make it like that. Or just make something that's completely opposite, basic, who people will say that that's not my Red Sonja, and so it will become irrelevant, and it's just another failed movie attempt in the annals of history. So let's see. Matilda Lutz, known for roles in Rings and classic horror story, is set to embody the fierce warrior in a film that aims to be very woman empowered. Speaking at the South by Southwest Festival, Lutz expressed her admiration for the script's fresh perspective, highlighting the significant departure from the male-oriented narrative of the original comics. And in 85, there wasn't. I mean, I've read some of the more classic Red Sonja. I know I've just like a few issues, and the stuff in the Conan, the Barbarian comics. So this just so stupid. Like, at the same time, it's like women can be beautiful, and like they all champion OnlyFans and all that stuff, but then when they make movies, they completely change their tune. But then they also, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like choose one or the other. Like, you're choosing contradicting narratives. It's so bizarre. Like, don't look at this beautiful woman in the movie, but do go to the OnlyFans site. Like what? Make it make sense. So stupid. So what can I tell you about Red Sonja? Is that the first ones in the comics were made with a very male gaze orientation. This is a completely different story, and it's very woman empowered, which I love about the script. Despite achieving cult status, the 1985 Red Sonja film featuring Bridget Nielsen and Arnold Schwarzenegger received a tepid response initially. The character's prolonged absence from cinema may be attributed to portrayal of Red Sonja in the film's lackluster critical and commercial success. However, the upcoming reboot seeks to rectify past missteps by presenting a Red Sonja who is not defined by her trauma or sexualized for the male gaze. No, that was not the problem with that movie. Come on. Completely dishonest. So dishonest, this whole article. The problem was bad script, not a good director. It was the guy who directed Conan the Destroyer, and we can see there the quality drop from Conan the Barbarian with a good director to Conan the Destroyer with a worse director. It's the same thing. Bad script, bad director. Not the greatest actress, Bridget Nielsen. I mean, yeah. So, and the point that they didn't get Conan in there, basically, he's Calidor. I mean, and Arnold really didn't do his best in that movie either. So there's a lot of problems with that movie. It has nothing to do with the trauma aspect. or sexualized for the many guys. That wasn't happening in that movie. It was quite basic. Anyway, director MJ Bassett, known for Silent Hill, Revelation, and writer Tasha Huo, who worked on The Witcher Blood Origin. Now that's a problem because that was universally panned as really bad, and it was cancelled, right? I think it was cancelled, right? It was really bad. That's another show you can see where you can see there's great books, great source material, and they start off pretty decently. People are in it, but then it just gets worse and worse and worse. Because why? Showrunners, people, script writers, they say, oh, we don't care about the source material, we're just gonna throw it away basically and just take some notes from there and just make our own and plaster whatever we want to focus on more, and just basically cut out all the good stuff and not focus on the actual story and how it was written and made, because that's what made those popular. That's what sold. That's what people like. That's what people want to see. Like if a Harry Potter movie was coming out, a new Harry Potter movie, and it's taking place, let's say, in Italy, and the Harry Potter is a fat hobbit, and the wizarding the Hogwarts is something like the McDonald's. I'm just throwing completely ridiculous points here, but what I'm saying is that if you change it completely out of that, what it was written to be, I mean, who wants to see that? That's something else. Call it something else. That's something new then. Just a lot of these Hollywood people, creators, they just want to make their own stuff and tag along something with a more famous name so it would sell, and sometimes that's many times that's really unfortunate for the fans and people who love something very dearly, and it's made a travesty. Unfortunate. So that the writer is of the Blood Origin, that's not great. That's really not great news. But once again, we can come to the director because of Bassett's earlier movies that have been really good. Probably could spearhead this thing so it will be as good as possible. It can be, but we'll see. Bassett makes it clear that the new Red Sonja will not be depicted as a victim of sexual assault. I mean, that was what they changed in the new comics of Red Sonja as well. I think sure, you can do that, but the original story and narrative actually kind of has power in it that defines it and makes, yeah, I don't know, I would have gone with the original stories. A narrative choice that was previously considered a defining aspect of her character. Yeah, exactly. Instead, Sonia's journey will highlight her resilient strength as she moves through a world that honors her femininity and humanity, like it didn't before. It's always done that. The reboot boasts some impressive cast, including blah blah blah. Yeah, like Robert Sheehan. With such a talented ensemble and commitment to a more inclusive and empowering portrayal of its lead, the new Red Sonja has the potential to resonate with a modern audience. Yeah, I think these people haven't been awake for the last couple of years. People do not resonate with something that is narrative ideologically or politically driven. People have had enough. People want good stories where we're not shaming races or shaming genders or stuffing down your throat some ideology of climate change or whatever from the elites at Hollywood. Who wants that? This is entertainment. People come home from work and want to just watch a good movie and get their brain shut off. Basically, they're not gonna. They don't care about this stuff, and when this stuff is just pushed in, it just leaves a really bad taste. And it's like there's a lot of other choices to watch then. So you just click it off, or you don't go, and you watch something good. And that's why a lot of the classic movies, people love them from generation to generation, from year to year. Terminator 2, Aliens, Predator, Robocop, all these classic movies, Conan the Barbarian, they just keep on being timeless and going on and on and on. But these kind of things, with these forced things, they just become irrelevant. Nobody cares, and just go away. So you don't make your money, you don't make your impact, and nobody cares. Just look at the trend of modern Marvel movies. The Marvels movie, completely downhill. People had enough. People just don't. It's like, I wanted to be entertained, and all these things these ideology things feel forced in, and you can see that nobody enjoys that. Well, except activists, but that must be kind of sad. Like, isn't there anything else in your life? Let's see, where did I drop off? For new generation, okay, create something timeless, and then it will resonate from decade to decade. As the film industry continues to embrace diversity and representation, reboots like Red Sonja serve as a testament to the changing landscape of storytelling. The decision to move away from the male gaze and sexual politics in favor of a narrative that celebrates the strength and complexity of women is a welcome shift. This approach not only aligns with contemporary values, but also ensures the character Red Sonja remains relevant and inspiring. With anticipation building for the 2024 release, the Red Sonja reboot stands as a symbol of the progress in the portrayal of female characters in cinema. It promises to deliver a thrilling adventure that honors the essence of the iconic warrior while embracing a more nuanced and respectful depiction of her journey. Once again, this kind of statement, it's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Like, you're dissing all the women as well that have made like legendary movies and careers from long ago to until today, and saying they were just made to be for the men, and somehow just like basically less than. And now we're gonna make like really good movies about women. Now we're finally going to show that we can create great stories about these women. Now is the time to showcase all that great writing capability, and when they're not hindered anymore from the men. And what do you have? Irrelevant movies, irrelevant stories, narrative stories, ideology stories, and they're all just, nobody watches them from generation to generation, from year to year. I mean, it's just it's completely stupid. Like, people want good stories with good characters, and not with this toxic stuff. Really stupid. Yeah, we can see here the pictures of the old movie. Like, the male gaze, is it really like, I mean, just like, that's less like than a lot of like much more modern movies, for example. But what I wanted to say, that the contradiction and kind of the hypocrisy of all this, it's kind of hilarious. Because see, let's go for example to the guys who create the Red Sonja comics, Dynamite. Do you see something that stands out about Red Sonja? What is the thing about Red Sonja? What is the iconic thing? What is it that people like about her? What is her looks? What is it that people are familiar with? What is what it was created to be? What I'm saying is, why are they trying to say or do a movie and say it's not for men, while all your content you could make and say it is for men and women, but still, like, you could say this is completely the opposite of what the movie, the actress, like I said, we don't know what all the other people's opinions are on the movie. Maybe they're all the same and they're making just like that, the movie to be like that. And you say that the old comics and the old movie was male oriented and just made for men, and it's just so horrible and so beneath us and so bad, but yet you create, this is what you create right now. This is what Red Sonja is right now. Like, literally, this is what Red Sonja is right now. We can go to Red Sonja's official Instagram account. Like, once again, is there something that jumps out? Like something that is defining the character? Is there something like, why are you playing against your character? It makes no sense. It's a beautiful character. Like, why the need to make it something else and somehow shame people who then have liked the character or likes the character or who made the character? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But then still, like, doing the completely opposite in all other entertainment, which is the comics. So this is what I meant, the contradiction, the hypocrisy of this whole thing is so stupid. So is this empowered or not? Is this women or not? Is this horrible stuff made by horrible people? Is this not modern? Is this only the original stuff? Or are these, I mean, I guess they're, if you want it to be like that, but that's not what Red Sonja has been or created to be. And what's wrong with that? That's the character. Make something new then. Make something else then. Why the need? Why the obsessive need to destroy and make something irrelevant? Make it something just crap. There's just no point. Look at the latest Kickstarter projects with Red Sonja. Like, that is the character. This was last year. Some pages. Here's another one. And that's what people bought. And that's what they sold. Not this to a modern audience twist with none of the male stuff or the horrible people who created Red Sonja. No, we want to be about her empowerment and who she is as a woman and femininity. Isn't she feminine? Isn't she powerful? Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she great? If she's such a crap character depicted in this way, why are they creating it then? Maybe because they know that this is the character, and they don't want to make the Captain Marvel mistake. The comics, well, and the movies now as well, but the comics, when they change who Captain Marvel was, how she looked, to what it is now, the far cry from what it was, and people just don't buy it because it just doesn't sell. People don't want it. I mean, this looks great. Great artwork, by the way. This is fantastic looking artwork. Why didn't I back this? I don't know. I should have actually backed this. Maybe you can get it somewhere later on. Anyway, that was my point, and also coming to the critique of oh yeah, we had some set shots here, by the way. Here's a set shot of I think Matilda Lutz as Red Sonja from the movie, and I mean, it looks okay. It looks like who she is, and yeah, I mean, it's not the comics version completely what it was created to be. It could have been more in that way, but you know, the movie can still be good if it has a good story, good characterization, and the music and all the direction, everything. That if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, you're definitely gonna know about it, because people are gonna say that it was crap, and that's that. Also, to the criticism that if some person now gets the point that it's sexist or something like that to criticize woman for a role, how she looks or whatever. Come on, guys. I remember the most criticized things just in the have been the past years. For example, was Robert Pattinson as the new Batman. I don't like him as the new Batman. He's way too scrawny. Completely agree that with many people that wasn't really a good choice. I don't like that scrawny, really scrawny looking Batman. Same with Lex Luthor in by Jesse Eisenberg in the Batman v Superman movie. Absolutely horrible casting choice. Should have never ever happened. So bad, so bad. I can't stress this enough. So bad. Completely different from the comic books, and just took completely away the power, the menace, and that aspect of the character. Everything. It was just like a snotty rich kid. Who cares? Like he's gonna do anything. Throw that guy away. So bad. And there's a lot more examples like this. So fans have criticized, be it men, women, black, white, whatever. Fans have criticized if it's right for the role or if it's not. So it has nothing to do with because she's a woman or something like that. It's so moronic. So moronic. It's just a deflection because you can't defend your crappy decisions that you made to make something that you wanted to make and not what the character is or was meant to be and what people wanted because they love that character. So just like if you made Harry Potter look like me, that's not Harry Potter. Anyway, what do you guys think? I think we'll see how the movie is. Like I said, Red Sonja is not my favorite thing, so I don't really care that much. I care about the Howard stuff. That's more my thing. And sure, I'll check this movie out, of course. And if it's good, I'll say if it's good. If it's decent, it's decent. If it's crap, it's crap. I have no problems with saying how it is. My prediction, and this is solely because of the director, because I really love Solomon Kane, the movie. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a decent movie. But we'll see if it's gonna be better or if it's gonna be worse. Anyway, that's all for today. And what do you guys think? Comment down below. Do you think there's no chance it's just gonna be absolute crap, or do you think like there's a shot it could be decent? Like, obviously it's not gonna be exactly how we wanted it to be with the character. And that happens a lot. Even with the original Conan the Barbarian movie, you can say that, and people do say that, and I understand that. And it's true. But it broke through because of a lot of other things. Like the spirit of Howard, the music, the scenes, the sets. And you get the points across, even if it's not perfectly aligned to the character. It's still somewhat close. So yeah. Anyway, what do you guys think? Comment down below. I'll see you on the next World of Conan episode. Hail Conan. Bye.